Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Puzzle and Dragons video. I'm Alpha, and today we're going to be reviewing a bit about 9.6 and go over some of the new things that have been introduced. I guess we'll start with the big negative. It's that Bracky Bean is ready to go. No, obviously, Raw Dragon is still not highlighted there, so kind of sucks, but I guess we'll get it eventually. So getting over that, we're going to move right along and hop into Kingtans. So if we go and look at, let's see, let's head on down here. So these guys are, of course, the Tans, and they are used for skill transfer. At least they were used for skill transfer. They're no longer needed for that, and instead they've been repurposed into guaranteed skill ups. So basically, if we go and, well, first we have to make a Kingtan. So once you have 6 of one type, you're going to be able to do an ultimate evolution. So we'll go right ahead and do that, and that's going to get us our King Tan. So the way this system works is super rare. I think it is the first wood one I have. Good, okay. So basically the way this works, let's see, if you want to go power up, right, so you're going to do a power up, and one guy I've been working on, where are you at, you crazy bird? Super Gunma. So this guy's actually, he's useful because he goes to a 1 turn cooldown. So on teams where you need to hit a skill, like say Anubis, reincarnated Anubis or Bastet, you hit this guy each time, and you will get your full leader skill to activate. So let's see, let's go find our Kington. So we need to have one of those guys in. I guess we got 2 of them. So we're gonna add in that guy. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see that kind of fills up. So, and I guess, oh, it has a little animation. I didn't really know it was going to happen, but you can see levels up wood monster skill when used in fusion. At least one material with that skill is also required. So you can see here, right, we have 4 of these things, and they have the same exact. This is, one, uh, whatever evolution below the one that I have here, the Super Gunma. But this will give us 4 guaranteed skill ups as we go. So this kind of, it changes quite a bit about the game, to be honest. This is actually really big. This is going to change more about the game. This is the biggest change since co-op, I would say. The biggest change in the game since co-op. Gone are the days where you have to grind for who knows how long to get the skill ups or hoard things until you're at like a times 3. Well, it used to be times 2.5, then times 3, now times 4 skill up event. You can guarantee the skill ups each time. So we'll just go right here. Yes and yes. This will guarantee us 4 skill ups. Now the only thing I could see that's a little bit of a pain is that, so there's our 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So there you go. That's pretty much, that's your guaranteed skill up system. And Gunma is actually a lot like some Awoken cards, and actually a bunch of cards in general, in that they take about 5 skill ups. Now, there's definitely some that take quite a bit more, like Mir or some of the other Descend bosses. We're going for 16 skill ups. In that case, you're looking at 4 Kingtons and 16, skill up material. But here, we're kind of left where, do we want to burn another Kington and farm another skill up material? This guy, you have to do a few evolutions. It's not that big of a deal. Or do you want to spend a P? So I guess it kind of depends on whatever situation you're dealing with, whatever's going to be best for you. Um, but that time when you have 5 skill ups and you just fed 4, do you want to farm more tons? Or do you want to farm more Ps or whatever? Um, okay, so that is how the Kingtons work, how the skill up system works now. It is awesome. It is awesome. You want to skill up some Dios? Fine. You know exactly how many to farm, exactly how many wood tons you need. You need to skill up Mir or any of the other Descend bosses. You know exactly how many runs you need to do. And then you're just going to have to go ham in the Ton infestation. Oh, Thor's visiting. He's looking outside. I've got my chickens outside, and he's staring them down. Um, so that's pretty much how that works. Oh, come on, I'm all blurry. Come on, camera, get to it. Wake up. There we go. um, so let's go and look at the skill assist now. So you got that button, manage assist. And basically the way this used to work was obviously you use the tons plus 2 million. So if let's say I wanted to um, have Subaki as an assist, I would need 2 red and 2 yellow. It was always 2 of the primary and 2 of the sub attribute. So someone that was all of the same, like say here we go, reincarnated Kagutsuchi, you would need 4 flamtons, whatever. Um, Now things have changed quite a bit. So the one we're going to be using, Thor, come on, don't do farts, man. I'm trying to make a video here. Um, let's go. We're going to use Dark Kali. So you can see only the monsters with the gold star are available for a skill assist. And the way it used to work was they had to be max level and max awoken and at least 5 stars. Now they got rid of the worst one, which is max level. So as long as they're at some sort of evolution where they have awakenings, right? So if you pull them and they're 5 star, but you have to, they don't have any awakenings on the side, you cannot do it. So once they have awakenings and they're max awoken, then you can use them for a skill assist regardless of what level they are. So we're going to go, we have the example we're going to use right here. Select assist monster. Oh, they're going to be up at the top? Okay. I was like, where'd they go? Why are they all grayed out? That's not everyone. So we're going to use um, one of my Ichigos. So I don't know if you saw one of my recent videos. I pulled, I think in total 6 Ichigo now between 2 Bleach collabs, and I pulled one the first time. Yeah, I wanted one of those Aizen cards that everyone's playing with, but wasn't meant to be. But me and Ichigo, we got it going on. So, and someone very kindly pointed out he'd be a great inherit. So he has the same skill as Dark Kali, but he has a boost in that not only does he make the same board as Dark Kali, but he extends the time to move orbs by 50% for 1 turn. So we're going to use that guy right there because it's just a straight upgrade, right? And since it's the same base attribute, you can see there I'm getting an extra 192 hit points, 50 attack, and 39 recovery. So Dark Kali is going to become a stronger monster by having an assist from Ichigo. And you saw he was level 36. You don't have to be max level anymore. And there we go. And you even get a little icon of the assist monster down there, which is very useful when you're playing on the Japanese server and you cannot read Japanese. You can at least identify the icon most of the time. So there you go. That's how that works. So basically, like, why would you do this? How is it useful? There are 4 possible scenarios that I thought of where this is going to be useful. The first one is if you're running a very specific dungeon, challenge 10 or whatever, you're facing 5, 6 specific floors with specific mechanics that you have to counter. And let's say you have a leader or just a super strong weighted card, but the active isn't right, then there you go. So basically, for a specific counter in a dungeon. An example, Green Odin's Awoken Skill Unbind. Putting that on a monster to get rid of that is very useful, but it's not something that you would really want to put on permanently because it's useful in very niche circumstances. So that'd be number one, specific dungeon that you're running that has something you want to counter. The second would be pretty much what we did here. So just a straight up skill upgrade. So when you're doing that, you're looking for something that's the same category, right? So Dark Kali is a full board changer. What I put on top of her is a full board changer. So it wouldn't really be useful if I need her as a full board changer, but then I inherit a attack boost on top of her. Because if you're unclear, the way inherits work if you're a newer if you're a newer player and you haven't really gotten into skill inheritance, the way it works is, let's say, well, here it's a very easy example. It's right in front of us. Orb transformation kicks in at 7 turns, right? So obviously with skill boost, let's say it's going to be up right away or whatever. But it's 7 turns. Or let's just say we just use the skill, so that means in 7 turns, orb transformation will be up. But what happens is when you go past that, let's say 8 turns, orb transformation still up. 9 turns, orb transformation still up, etc., etc. Right now, each goes at level 3. So that means at 18 turns, this fight is all mine. Ichigo's active will be up. And you'll see like a little glimmer coming up, and that means that the secondary or inherited skill is up to use, and you only can use that skill. You don't get like an option to use either or. Your skill essentially switches over to be the inherited skill at that point. Um, so if you're counting on Dark Kali as a board changer, and um, there we go. There's another example. Sephiroth, old Sephipu. If you're counting on Dark Kali as a board changer, but then you put an attack boost on her, and you get a whole bunch of jammers, whatever, and you need to attack that turn, all of a sudden that active is useless to you. If you're, I'm assuming color matching and can't make your activate the leader skill. So you want to make sure it's the same category more often than not, unless we refer back to item number 1. It's a very specific use to counter a mechanic in a dungeon. So for instance, Sephipu here, I was planning to use him to go after Machine Zeus, excuse me, so that if I were to be getting to that final floor, I could negate his attack 3 times. I have what's his face, the dark elemental, whatever his name is. I forget right now. Let's see, can I pull it up if I do that? No, no dice on that. That's okay though. Um, and so yeah, same category more often than not. If it's something that you're just gonna leave there, like that Dark Kali one, same category. Another reason to do a skill assist is if the initial monster has a short cooldown. And that works typically, like let's look at a good target monster for this, which is, where are you at? Awoken Isis. So if we look at Awoken Isis, she's at a 3 turn cooldown. And her skill is pretty useful. It's a very small shield, 15%, and then a bind for an unbind for 2 turns. Um, so it's useful because if you're running a dungeon, let's say co-op, and or even not co-op, like she's going to be up turn 1 without a doubt. So if you were to use her early in the dungeon, because her cooldown's so low, if you put something else that is low cooldown on her, you could get 2 uses out of it. Because the one thing that happens when running co-op, obviously, is if you're using your sub abilities, they only get a turn every other turn while the other team is going, or while you're going, not the other team, I should say. So you often don't get your skills back up now. They're up at the beginning because everyone's skill boosts combined, but you don't get them back up. In a situation like this, you can actually arrange it so you will get those skills back up. A specific use I can think of is, I don't know this guy's um, name because I don't have him, but Dark Rider, the Dark Beast Rider, I want to say it is, has a 99 true damage on like a 2 cooldown or 3 cooldown. Again, I don't have him, and you can actually inherit um, if you're farming Xerog Infinity with ALB, you could put a um, what's it called? A red Odin on top of him, zap off the first floor, and then he'll actually be back up in time to zap the first form of Xerog, right? Because that's that very high defense, low HP form where you have to hit all the combos. You can just zap him. So again, it's specific, but it's that's one of the uses. Damn phone! I forgot to change the timeout. Um, and the final one would be putting the same skill on a monster. And that might seem very counterintuitive. Why would you want 2 of the same skill? and it's basically to act as skill delay resist. It's a baked in skill delay resist. You've got, let's take a look up at my Erd here. I've got Erd with no um, skill assist, right? And then down over here, I've got, well, she's assisting, she's busy. But I've got another max skill. Now she's not fully awoken, so I can't do it right now. But if I put that Erd on top of my Erd, I'm pretty much getting a 9-turn skill delay resist baked in. And then if I put latents on there, it could be even more. So how does that work? Well, obviously, I mean, like I said, if you go to up to 9 turns, well, once you hit 9 turns, the skill will be active. Once you hit 18 turns, then the second skill will be active. In this case, it's the same. But if you get a skill delay, guess what? You're back down to that initial skill and it'll be active and you're still good to go. And that'll work off obviously bigger skill delays. So in a dungeon, sometimes you get skill delay of 1 or 2 and the latents take care of that. But if it's 3, 4, 5, um, a skill assist would actually take care of that much better. So that's kind of how putting the same card on top would be extremely useful. And sometimes a card just has a really good active. Like, for instance, if we look at my favorite guitar thrashing Hell Demon, um, who's I'm always upset at how deep he is in the green box because he should just be at the top because he's awesome. But Renove, he's on a 3-turn cooldown, up from 8. Right, so one thing that a lot of people do if they get a dupe Renove is they'll put an unskilled Renove on top of him, and then they get, 8 skill delay resist pretty much baked in. You wouldn't want to do a fully max leveled Renove because then that's only 3 turns. So if it's a longer one, you might get bumped out of your inherited or assisted skill and normal skill as well. So that's about it, guys. Those are the 4 upgrades that you can get when doing a skill assist. That or the 4 strategies, reasons, whatever you want to call them. The way that you would build a team around that. So just straight upgrades. If they have a short cooldown, you want to use them again. If it's the same skill and you want to use it as a skill delay resist, and whatever the first one was, I forget. I'm just gonna have to put it on the screen now that I'm actually using editing software again to make the videos. Yay! So that's it, guys. Those are the one sad thing, no raw dragon, and 2 good things, Kingtans, skill assist. Oh, and we get um, we got our monkey mishap good to go. Permanent dragon infestations. Each day you're going to get a different one. So it's pretty awesome. You have it for the entire day here. It's as you can see with the badge, it's a daily now. How is that useful? If you got nothing to run, get some XP for your cards. Gold Dragon and Metal Dragon, obviously they're used in certain evolutions. I know 3DO uses a Emerald Dragon. So, you could pick up those. I mean, they're in some instances they're evo mats. Otherwise, quick way to get some XP and get some evolutions done or max out a card, whatever it might be. So that's really cool as well. And then we have um, the brand new gorilla, which is the awoken dungeon. I don't know. Awakening Materials Descended. So you could get the cards needed for the Awoken cards, the Awoken forms of certain cards. So right now it's Minerva, Neptune, Ceres, Venus, and Hades. And then we also have the Jewel Descend, where you face just the elementals. I think it's 3 floors of them, so you get 3 jewels each time you run it. So the days of not getting jewels are over. The days of waiting forever for a certain dungeon to come for an evolution are ending. Obviously it's not available for everyone. Days of skill up grind are over, and the game is really kind of moving along at a great pace, and there's some really good stuff going on. So once we get Raw Dragon, we'll all be pretty happy, I think. But really, it's a fantastic update. Great quality of life stuff going on. Great new dungeons to run. And we got some New Year stuff going on too. I'll have to do. Oh, you know what? Let's hit a pull. I was saving my pull. I actually got I got New Year's Speaker on my alt account. Let's see what we get here. Come on. Let's get something good. We've had a great video. Let's get something. Ah, no gold. Wow, wow. All right, New Year's Majedra. So it goes. But again, if I want to, I could skill up Majedra pretty easy now. I need 11, so that'd be 3 King Wood Tines, and I could actually get that in there. And oh, there's no evolve form, so I cannot inherit that skill. But it's pretty decent awakenings. I could see some uses for that card. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button. Hopefully this explains some stuff. That's as well as I understand it. I'm sure there's some other people that might know it a bit better, but that's kind of how I interpret things, how to use the assist system, all that kind of stuff. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. I'm Alpha, and you'll see me next time.